Hello, everybody. Welcome to the review. Just came out of theater not too long ago after watching the Marvels. It is 8:43 p.m. and let me go ahead and address the elephants in the room. I am very well aware of the negative reviews that this film has been receiving from all sides of the spectrum of every single critic. It seems like whether it's been on Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, you name it, it has been essentially ripped apart in every shape, in every way, shape, or form that you could possibly imagine. I'm not here to piggyback off of their negative opinions, nor am I attempting to single anybody out. This is simply my opinion of what I experienced and what I thought about the film as I sat there, really processing everything that was happening on the screen. As per usual, be spoiler free. If you happen to like the content of my channel, hit the subscribe button below and spread the word to your friends and family. Provide a like or a comment on this review or any other review that you happen to watch. The Marvels is an interesting entry within the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It has been no secret that the Marvel Cinematic Universe has been experiencing a significant level of decline when it comes to their quality of work. It's more or less been quantity over quality when it really should be quality over quantity. And I must admit that I have not watched any of the Marvel Cinematic shows as I didn't really particularly have any true interest in them. Now, aside from doing research with all the behind the scenes drama, with the reshoots, the rewrites, and unnecessary cuts and edits, it's obvious that there are some valid concerns as far as the negativity as far as the negativity goes when it comes to the overall final product of this film. There are very noticeable reshoots and edits where you could tell that from what I remember now, and I could be wrong. Uh, anyone who knows for sure, please feel free to correct me on this. If I read that this film was reshot 3 to 4 different times, so watching it made me wonder: is there a cut that was too dark, or too quirky and too funny, or is it was just one that's another piece of an incoherent mess? You could tell there's a lot of the way it was shot. It was just heavily rushed and cut and edited in a way that where there's certain scenes where there's meant to be funny, emotional, or impactful, it just didn't land at times because it didn't. Whoever cut it, whoever edited it, didn't really understand or have any idea of what this film was supposed to be. And having said that, the storyline involves how Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers, you have Monica Rambeau, played by Tiana Paris, and you have Iman Vellani playing Kamala Khan. All their powers become entangled with one another, and as they use their powers at the same time, they more or less find themselves teleported to certain parts of the world, and the main villain is using her desire for vengeance as a means of ridding every single planet of their natural resources in hopes of trying to make her home planet sustainable to live. Now, the storyline in and of itself is very simple, is very formulaic, and there is a lot of predictability involved. What I will say, despite the negative aspects of this film, there is a great storyline in there that is significantly held back with the unnecessary reshoots, unnecessary edits. You could definitely tell that there is a great story in there. It just was held back by the director, at least from what I understand. The director was not even aware of the studio making these uh, changes or deleted certain stuff because she was off the set when the production was going on still with during post production. Excuse me. So having said that, it is solid. It's a very solid, entertaining, fun film that you just go in, and if you are going in expecting something along the lines of, say, Infinity War, Endgame, or even Spider-Man No Way Home, yes, you are going to be exponentially disappointed because it's not even remotely close to that. It is its own story. I'm of two minds of this. I view this as it's a Marvel Cinematic Universe film that's set in the same universe, but it's a standalone feature with references here and there. But if you're looking at it from the perspective of does it measure up to what came before? Absolutely not. But if you're looking at it just from your own Lord expectations and you want to see a standalone story, then it's absolutely right up your alley. I enjoyed the chemistry between Brie Larson, Tiana Paris and Imam Bamani. They did a wonderful job of having a great chemistry of heartwarming elements, comedic timing. What does frustrate me is this: why was it Carol Danvers dislikable in the first film? She was so bland and vanilla and hardened in the first film, whereas in this one, you look at it and say Brie Larson literally is absolutely charming. She's funny, witty. She could play heartwarming. She has this motherly dynamic with the two characters with Kamala Khan and Monica Rambeau. You wonder why was she held back from performing this way in the first film compared to this one. So there's a lot of disappointment there with that element because Brie Larson, I don't believe, is some untalented actress. I mean, she definitely has a personality that she was not allowed to show in the first film. So there's some disappointment there. But the highlight really is Iman Vellani. She does an amazing job. She's quirky, she's charming, she's likable, she's childlike. She is fun. She just has the perfect reactions. The chemistry that she has with her family is just an overall fun experience with her. I can't help but wonder now if it's simply just focused on her and Monica Rambeau, and maybe you had a little Carol Danvers here and there, would the film have been dramatically improved in that manner? But either way, it's very solid and entertaining. I did enjoy the dynamic between those three characters. The action sequences, there's a lot of, I will say the great the greatest sequence for me personally was the when you see them first start experiencing the entanglement of their powers, and of course, even the final fight scene between them and the main villain was very fun and interesting. The main villain, largely forgettable, not really anyone that I felt that was immensely intimidating or menacing to say the least. But the story was there, and I guess she added some validity to it, but again, I could have done without her. I think it probably would have just been better if they focused on more of the Kree or the scrolls involved. But either way, here we are. It is a lot more comic bookish compared to past Marvel Cinematic Universe releases. But other than that, I really did enjoy the Marvels for what it was. I'm not going to give it a 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, or 8 out of 10. I'm going to go ahead and give it a 7 out of 10. It's fairly solid and entertaining. Not anything that was remarkably offensive to me as a viewer. I didn't feel as if I was wasting my time. But I still had, it was still entertaining for what it was, and I did enjoy it. I would still give it a 2 thumbs up. I do recommend it, and I do believe it's something that kids can watch, and that is my review of Captain Marvel. That's my review of the Marvels. There's only one scene during the mid credits, and there's nothing at the end. So the mid credit scene is very interesting, and it does have me excited. So I'm very highly anticipated as to what direction they're going to go in with the storyline in the future. But that's my review of the Marvels. 7 out of 10, 2 thumbs up. I do recommend it. Let me know in the comment section what you thought about it on my Facebook or Discord, and feel free to visit there as well. Take care and peace out.